The sexual revolution has managed to detach sex from marriage, marriage from children, and even children from sex. What could go wrong? Well, ask this mother from Illinois. For the Colson Center, I'm John Stonestreet. This is Breakpoint. This story has everything. Reproductive technology? Check. Same-sex union? Check. Autism? Check. Lawsuits? Check. The assumption that a child product of reproductive technology that someone paid for is defective? Check. In fact, I'm not sure I've seen a story in the last decade that more definitively proves what we often say around the Colson Center. Ideas have consequences, bad ideas have victims. A recent Washington Post article tells of an Illinois woman who has struggled to raise her two children, now 6- and 7-year-old boys. Both have autism. But this story isn't about this day-to-day struggle she has dealing with the challenges of being a parent of children with autism. It's about why the boys are autistic in the first place. You see, both of her sons were conceived by sperm donation from the same nameless donor, donor H898. This woman chose artificial insemination because her female partner, could not impregnate her. In other words, after having chosen a sterile union, she wished to have children. And this story goes on. While researching ways to help her sons, the woman discovered that they had at least a dozen siblings who were also diagnosed with autism and also conceived via the same sperm donor. Some of these children, in fact, suffer from additional neurological and cognitive disorders like ADHD, epilepsy, and various mood disorders. A genetic counselor explained what should be obvious, that such results with so many children were unlikely to be coincidences and very likely to be the responsibility of that single sperm donor. Upon further investigation, the Illinois mom discovered that almost everything she was told about donor H898 was a lie. He didn't have a master's degree. He never even graduated from college. His supposed clean bill of health neglected to mention that he had been diagnosed with ADHD and was schooled in an institution for those with learning and emotional difficulties. In other words, after choosing to conceive a child with someone she'd never met, she was shocked to learn she didn't have the whole picture about him. After complaints to the sperm bank and government regulators came up empty, the woman filed a suit against the sperm bank. They chose to settle out of court for $250,000. In the meantime, the woman lost her job, her home, and her partner. Oh, and sperm banks continue to sell donor H898 sperm. In other words, an industry that treats children as a commodity to be ordered and attained by consumers who buy them continues to treat children as a commodity to be ordered and attained by consumers who buy them. Look, few bad ideas have left more victims in their wake than the ideas of the sexual revolution. From the beginning, the sexual revolution has peddled lies to women about what will bring them freedom, equality, and happiness, while at the same time turning children into social experiments. In fact, the foundational idea of the sexual revolution is this: sex, marriage, and children can be separated from each other. The consequences of that idea have been devastating, especially for women and children. Once males were untethered from marriage, they were untethered from sexual responsibility. Women were promised the same freedom, but that never materialized. But still, the kids have paid the highest price. The foundational lie of the sexual revolution is this: the kids will be fine. It's a lie that's taken various forms, like, kids need happy parents, not married ones, and kids don't need a mom and a dad, they just need loving parents, as if men and women were fully interchangeable. Well, as this poor mother in Illinois has found out, the kids aren't fine. They're part of a grand social experiment conducted since the 1960s. Take our most important and basic responsibility to care for the next generation, and then repudiate the very ideas and the institutions that make such care possible, and then see what happens. For Breakpoint, I'm John Stonestreet.